In the wild, the rules are simple: hunt or be hunted. But what happens when two apex predators, the undisputed kings of their domains, cross paths? Today, we're entering the ultimate battlefield of nature, where the hunter becomes the hunted and only one can survive. Welcome to Animal Ranking Hub, the channel where we break down the animal kingdom like a living video game, analyzing power levels, tactics, and evolution builds to find out who really rules the wild. If you've ever watched a lion take down a buffalo or a crocodile ambush a wildebeest and thought, what if these two met? You're in the right place. Because in this video, we'll explore the most intense predator versus predator battles ever imagined, ranked by strength, speed, intelligence, and sheer survival instinct. But this isn't just about who wins a fight. It's about understanding why. What makes one predator dominate in its environment while another falls short? How does nature balance power between species, ensuring no single creature ever rules unchallenged? By the end of this video, you'll see the animal kingdom in a new light. Every jaw, claw, and instinct has evolved for a purpose. And sometimes, even the deadliest hunter finds itself one move away from becoming prey. So buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the most dangerous showdowns ever witnessed. Lion versus crocodile, tiger versus grizzly bear, great white shark versus orca, and more. These are not just battles for dominance. They're nature's way of reminding us that survival is never guaranteed. If you're ready to witness the raw power, strategy, and unpredictability of the wild, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of animal enthusiasts here at Animal Ranking Hub. Because every week, we bring you closer to the edge of nature's most thrilling encounters, where instinct meets intelligence and legends are born. Now, let's begin with the first battle, when Africa's king of the land meets the silent ruler of its rivers. The predator ranking system. Every great battle needs rules, and the animal kingdom is no exception. Before we throw our apex predators into the wild arena, we need a system, a way to measure just how powerful, smart, and deadly each of them really is. Here at Animal Ranking Hub, we break down every predator into 5 key stats, just like in a survival video game. 1. Power, strength, and attack ability. This stat measures raw physical force, bite pressure, claw damage, muscle mass, and overall killing potential. Think of the lion's bite, the tiger's strike, or the crocodile's crushing jaws. In this category, the big cats and reptilian giants usually dominate the leaderboard. 2. Speed, agility, and reaction time. Being the strongest doesn't mean you'll win if your opponent moves faster. A cheetah might not be the most powerful predator, but in a head-to-head chase, speed can decide life or death. Underwater, the great white shark reigns supreme, reaching bursts of up to 35 miles per hour. 3. Intelligence, strategy, and problem solving. Raw power gets you far, but strategy wins wars. Predators like orcas and wolves excel here. They coordinate, plan ambushes, and even use deception. Intelligence often flips the script, turning a potential victim into a victor. 4. Defense, armor, endurance, and resistance. Nature's toughest players have more than just offense. They can take a hit and keep fighting. The grizzly bear's thick fur and muscle density make it a tank, while the crocodile's scaly armor can deflect attacks that would kill most creatures instantly. Number 5. Environment advantage, terrain mastery. Every predator has a home turf. Move them out of it, and their tier level drops fast. A lion might dominate the savanna, but in a riverbank ambush, the crocodile owns the field. Understanding terrain advantage is key. It decides who's the hunter and who's the hunted. Now that we've built our predator stat system, it's time to reveal our tier list of apex predators, those sitting at the top of the global food chain. Tier S predators: lion, crocodile, tiger, great white shark, grizzly bear, orca, and the eagle. Each of these animals dominates its ecosystem. But what happens when they face each other? When no territory is safe and only skill decides the outcome? In this video, we'll simulate their ultimate encounters using our ranking system, analyzing each match like a competitive showdown. You'll see how power alone isn't enough, because even the strongest predator can fall if its build isn't balanced. So, with our rules in place and our tier list ready, let's head into the wild and witness the first face-off. The king of the savannah versus the monster of the river, lion versus crocodile. In Africa's great savannas, every sunrise comes with a silent promise. Someone will hunt and someone will be hunted. But when the king of the land meets the king of the river, that promise turns into chaos. It begins at a watering hole, a peaceful scene. A herd of buffalo approaches, cautious but thirsty. In the tall grass nearby, a lion crouches, every muscle coiled like a spring. The air is thick with tension. The lion waits for the perfect moment to strike. But he's not the only one watching. Below the surface, two eyes break the waterline. A Nile crocodile, 25 feet long, armored like a tank and weighing nearly a ton, lurks in silence. It's not interested in the buffalo. Its focus is fixed on the lion. Stat breakdown. Let's break down the contenders. Lion build, Savannah Dominator. Power 910, massive bite force, powerful claws, and incredible muscular endurance. Speed, 810, can sprint up to 50 miles per hour in short bursts. Intelligence, 710, skilled hunter, excellent teamwork instincts. Defense, 610, thick fur but limited protection from piercing attacks. Environment advantage, 810, on land. Crocodile build, aquatic ambusher. Power, 1010, one of the strongest bites in the animal kingdom, over 3,700 psi. Speed, 5/10 on land, 910 in water. Intelligence, 610, strategic ambusher, excellent patience. Defense, 1010, natural armor and semi-aquatic agility. Environment advantage, 1010, in water. If this were a balanced arena battle, each would have a shot, but nature isn't fair. It's all about positioning. The encounter. As the lion inches closer to the herd, he steps too close to the water's edge. A ripple moves, almost invisible. Then, impact. The crocodile launches upward, jaws open wide, locking onto the lion's leg with explosive force. The savannah explodes into sound. Roars, splashes, chaos. The lion thrashes, claws slashing water and scales alike. For a moment, it seems the lion might overpower the croc. His claws dig deep into the reptile's armored snout, blood and mud mixing into the river. But the crocodile isn't just strong, it's built for endurance. With a violent death roll, it drags the lion deeper. The lion fights to escape, lungs burning, muscles tearing. But this is not his world. The moment he leaves solid ground, his tier level drops. The crocodile, now in its element, dominates completely. Then silence. The water settles. Dust rises on the bank. Simulation result. In our simulation, the battle outcome depends entirely on terrain. On land, the lion wins 70% of the time. Its agility, speed, and superior maneuverability give it the upper hand. In water, the crocodile wins 95% of the time. Its raw power, stealth, and aquatic mastery make it nearly unbeatable. Nature's balance remains intact. Each predator rules its realm, but neither can truly conquer the other. Analysis. This matchup perfectly captures the theme of when the hunter becomes the hunted. The lion approaches the watering hole expecting an easy meal, but in a few seconds, roles reverse. In TierZoo terms, both players are Tier S, but locked in a terrain-based meta. The lion's land build dominates the savanna meta, while the crocodile's aquatic ambush build rules the river meta. There's no clear winner, only survival. And that's what makes predator versus predator battles so fascinating. Nature doesn't care about titles, it only rewards adaptability. Next up, we're heading to the frozen forests of Siberia, where two heavyweights clash in one of the most brutal duels ever imagined. Tiger versus grizzly bear, strength versus endurance. If the lion and crocodile are kings of Africa, then the Siberian tiger and the grizzly bear are emperors of the north. Both are apex predators, massive, intelligent, and perfectly evolved for brutal one-on-one combat. But when these two titans share the same hunting grounds, only one can walk away as the undisputed ruler. Setting the arena. Our simulated battleground, a misty conifer forest in eastern Russia. Dense trees, uneven terrain, freezing air. The kind of environment where stealth is just as deadly as strength. A full-grown Siberian tiger can weigh up to 700 pounds, moving silently with assassin-like precision. Its opponent, the grizzly bear, can reach over 1,000 pounds, a walking fortress of fur and muscle. This isn't a quick fight. It's a war of patience, instinct, and sheer willpower. Stat breakdown. Tiger build, stealth assassin, power 1010, lethal bite, explosive forelimbs, and agility unmatched for its size. Speed 8/10, quick bursts, especially over short distances. Intelligence 810, strategic hunter, ambush master. Defense 710, thick skin, strong reflexes, but less durable in prolonged combat. Environment advantage 910, prefers forests and ambush zones. Grizzly build, tank-class predator. Power, 1010, raw muscle power, capable of flipping logs, smashing bones. Speed, 710, faster than expected for its size, up to 35 miles per hour. Intelligence, 710, smart scavenger, adaptive hunter. Defense, 1010, massive endurance, thick fur, and dense bone structure. Environment advantage, 810, strong in forests, adaptable to cold and rough terrain. The encounter. The tiger stalks from the shadows, silent, calculating, waiting for the perfect moment. The grizzly, sniffing the air, senses something. It rears up, towering over 8 feet tall, roaring, a sound that shakes the trees. The tiger lunges first, aiming for the bear's neck, a classic predator move. Its claws dig deep, slicing through fur. But the bear doesn't flinch. Instead, it swings a paw the size of a dinner plate, striking the tiger across the face with terrifying force. The tiger recoils but doesn't retreat. It circles, adjusting tactics. Another strike, this time from behind. The bear turns, bites down on the tiger's shoulder, but the tiger's agility saves it. Both are bleeding now, breath visible in the cold air. The standoff lasts for minutes that feel like hours. The tiger's speed gives it early dominance, but the bear's stamina build begins to take over. Each time the tiger pounces, the bear endures, countering with sheer brute power. Finally, the tiger makes one last leap, aiming for the spine. The bear drops low, using its weight to crush the tiger beneath it. The forest goes silent. Simulation result. In our analysis, this battle is one of nature's closest matchups. Tiger wins 40% when surprise and speed secure an early kill. Grizzly wins 60% when endurance and defense outlast the tiger's burst attacks. It's a fight between a precision assassin and a battle tank, and victory often depends on who lands the first critical hit. Analysis. In TierZoo terms, the tiger is a dexterity-build predator, optimized for burst damage and agility. The grizzly is a defense-build apex, capable of absorbing punishment and counterattacking with devastating force. Their matchup shows one of nature's golden rules. Adaptation always beats raw aggression. The tiger may be faster, smarter, and deadlier in short bursts, but the bear's endurance makes it nearly unstoppable over time. Next up, we leave the forests and head into the ocean depths, where stealth, strategy, and intelligence redefine the food chain. Brace yourself for one of the most shocking predator versus predator duels ever recorded. Great white shark versus orca. Speed versus strategy. If the tiger and bear rule the forests, then the ocean has its own warlords. The great white shark, the silent torpedo of the sea, and the orca, also known as the killer whale, the ocean's undisputed strategist. Both are apex predators. Both sit at the top of their ecosystems. But when they meet, only one leaves alive. Setting the arena. We dive into the cold Pacific waters off the coast of South Africa. Visibility is low, pressure is high, and both hunters are on patrol. The shark moves like a blade, streamlined, perfectly engineered for ambush. The orca moves with purpose, confident, methodical, and not alone. Because here's the twist. Sharks hunt solo, orcas hunt in packs. Stat breakdown. Great white shark build, stealth torpedo. Power, 9/10, bite force over 4,000 psi, capable of snapping bones and tearing through armor. Speed, 10/10, burst speeds up to 35 miles per hour underwater. Intelligence, 6/10, pure instinct, efficient but predictable. Defense, 8/10, massive size and thick skin but vulnerable when flipped over. Environment advantage, 9/10, near perfect ambush predator. Orca build, strategic apex. Power, 9/10, powerful jaws and ramming force. Speed, 9/10, agile despite its size, up to 34 miles per hour. Intelligence, 10/10, complex communication, teamwork, and problem solving. Defense, 9/10, large body mass and coordination make it nearly untouchable. Environment advantage, 10/10, complete mastery of the marine ecosystem. The encounter, it begins quietly. A shark senses movement, an orca calf straying from its pod. Opportunity, it closes in, silent and invisible, 20 feet below the surface. But orcas never swim alone. In less than 10 seconds, the shark's sensors pick up sonar clicks. Echolocation. It's been detected. Before the shark can react, 2 adult orcas approach in formation. One dives below, the other circles above. The shark lunges upward in desperation, jaws wide, but the orcas are ready. The lead orca rams it from below, flipping it upside down. A death sentence for sharks. Once inverted, the great white enters tonic immobility, a biological paralysis. The second orca seizes the opportunity, tearing into its liver, a high-energy organ that orcas specifically target. The entire fight lasts under 2 minutes. Simulation result. In pure stat comparison, both predators are Tier S. But the orca takes the clear win, winning 95% of encounters in both observed nature and simulation models. Why? Because intelligence changes everything. The shark may be the ultimate solo hunter, but the orca is a coordinated strike team, using communication, physics, and learned behavior to outthink even the deadliest predator. It's not just a battle of strength, it's a war of strategy, analysis. In TierZoo terms, the shark is a solo speed build, deadly in one-on-one ambushes, but with limited adaptability. The orca is a team-based intelligence build, a species that evolved cooperation as its ultimate weapon. This battle proves a fundamental rule in nature. Raw power wins fights, but intelligence wins wars. As the ocean calms and the orca pod moves on, the food chain remains unchallenged. The shark may inspire fear, but the orca commands respect. Next, we'll wrap up with the final part, the ultimate lesson from these predator versus predator duels, and what they teach us about survival, balance, and evolution in nature. After witnessing these epic clashes, lion versus crocodile, tiger versus grizzly, shark versus orca, one truth becomes clear. There are no permanent kings in nature. Every predator, no matter how powerful, exists within a delicate balance, a web of strength, adaptation, and circumstance. Each battle we've seen isn't just about who's stronger or faster. It's about how life adapts. The lion rules the savanna because it commands teamwork and speed. The crocodile dominates rivers through patience and power. The tiger thrives in stealth and precision, while the bear endures through sheer resilience. And the orca? It rewrites the rules entirely, showing that intelligence and cooperation can defeat even the most terrifying lone hunter. In the wild, the hunter can become the hunted in a heartbeat. But that's not failure. It's evolution's design. Nature doesn't favor one creature forever. It constantly tests, shifts, and evolves, making sure every species stays sharp, balanced, and ready for the next challenge. That's why these predator versus predator battles aren't just spectacles. They're reminders. Reminders that survival isn't just about power, it's about adaptability. The moment a species stops evolving, it starts losing. And perhaps that's a lesson for us humans too. Here at Animal Ranking Hub, we believe every creature, no matter how small or large, plays a vital role in the balance of life. When one predator rises too high, another emerges to challenge it. That's the beauty of nature, an endless, self-correcting system of strength and survival. If you've enjoyed exploring these intense duels and learning how nature's strongest adapt to stay alive, then make sure to subscribe to Animal Ranking Hub. Join our community of animal enthusiasts as we continue to rank, compare, and uncover the untold stories of the world's most extraordinary creatures. Because out there, beyond the documentaries and data, every roar, bite, and ripple tells a story. A story where the only rule is evolve or be replaced. Thanks for watching, and remember, in nature's game, there are no overpowered builds, only those still playing.